This is a Podfire production.
It's the highest of standards, on the peak we have landed. It's not silver, it's not gold, you want the best, take advantage. Go platinum. You know you wanna do it. Go platinum, you know you wanna do it. Go platinum.
Today, guys, let me introduce everyone. Rob, Pugz, Brett. Today we're doing things a little bit differently. This is on behalf of the General Manager of Platinum Standard Grading, Rob Verhoeve. Come to us. Marianne's joined us. G'day, Marianne.
Hey, Marianne. We're just talking about you.
And Nev KB.
Do you want to go to the movies? You want to go to the movies on Saturday night, Marianne? Just we'll bypass Chris. And
What have we seen?
That movie you saw.
I was good. It was bloody good. Anyway, back to me.
Yep, back to you.
Where our General Manager, Rob Verhoeve, has asked us to be a bit more professional. I don't know about that, Pugz. And
he asked us to be on it.
Exactly, even better. And what he's done, he's actually now we're splitting up into segments. But this week we're a little bit too tight to get it ready.
We got the segments ready.
We got the segments, but
we didn't get the intros to the segments ready.
So we're going to do the intros to the segments.
Literally, I'm terrified
because we're going to do the music.
Yeah,
because to quote someone that I know that I respected once.
You respected once.
Yeah. How tight do you
don't respect anymore?
How tight do you think Rob's sphincter is going with this?
Oh, Chris.
I just asked the exact same question. Is that where it came from? Oh, there you go.
Rob professional.
Sorry, Marianne's in the Qantas Business Lounge on her way to Bali.
Oh,
what a surprise!
Yeah, as you do.
A hard knock life.
Have fun.
I've been knocked back by Chris's mum.
You have?
Oh no, she won't come to the movies with me. That's sad.
There you go. Moving on. Back to the so what we're going to do is we're going to break this up into segments now. And so you got the three of us. We're going to be your regular crew. When one of us isn't here, we're bringing in someone off the bench.
Yep.
We'll sub them in. We could get down to 16th string players like Christopher and those sort of guys at some stage. But otherwise, some of the PSG guys will come in. We may have special guests.
Zach loved doing it while
Did he?
Yeah, he was.
Was Zach the Ranger Zach?
Ranger Zach. He's a big TCG man, so he loved his TCG
It's always good because I'm still... actually, no, we did get an intro for that in the end.
We did.
Well, we're looking for the intro for that one. But so what's going to happen, we're breaking into segments. Each segment's going to have its own piece of music professionally done by Ruby Pagram. P-A-G-R-A-M on the socials. Yep. And what she's going to do is insert each of the bits. So we may have to push, or she may just do it later.
No, we're going to push.
I reckon push.
We're pushing.
Yeah.
That's.
And if you mess it up, it's live.
So if we went...
That's what we do if you press the
But then go... Don't
give any of the music away.
That's what we're doing today.
We're doing them.
So now it's the first one.
I know. Oh, so we're going straight into the first one.
Well, let's go.
Which is the PSG Ramble.
Which is what? Ben Hill.
There we go. So the PSG Ramble, which is just basically us having a bit of a chat about what's been going on in PSG land, any new offers coming up, things like that. So what's been happening, Pugz? I know what's been happening, but I'll let you tell it.
In what we're doing?
In PSG land.
Oh, man, lots of grading and lots of everything.
I saw the world's best production line yesterday.
It was. So to let people know, and especially our friends from Adelaide, we got to the stage where just before Christmas we had everything printed, and then we've had a bit of a printer issue when we got back last week.
Yeah, do you know how stupid this is? Let me tell you, because this is the ramble, right?
Yeah.
The reason the printer had an issue, we had the ink, but the ink ran out of date.
Yeah, the data chip.
The data chip on the ink on this amazing printer that we used to do our sensational labels, the actual ink, which was still half full, ran out of date.
So
therefore the printer stops working.
Yeah.
Right, but we ran out of paper as well.
Yeah, but then we had ink was the big issue.
But then we had we had the printer issue as well, which stopped us from printing. So
therefore it couldn't actually print the beautiful colours and everything that we do on these labels.
Oh, I know.
But anyway, it's fixed.
So it's fixed.
Done.
So we had a production line going.
We did.
Yeah, it was fun.
And over the next day, we'll have a whole heap of them out this afternoon, once we finish here. And then tomorrow.
And you promised me by tomorrow close of play, all gone.
That's the plan, Stan.
Well, the last label's actually just printed.
Yeah, so
it should be done.
That's awesome.
Yep, no, we're very confident.
And did we hit our date?
By about a day.
That's fine.
So,
we still hit the date. We haven't not hit a date yet.
Yeah, so about a day. They'll have them in hand pretty much exactly 60 days after they gave them to us, which is great.
And do you know what we're going to do for them because they did an amazing job and they've put up with us for that 60 days?
What are we going to do?
I can't tell you till later because of the crazy ideas later.
Okay.
No, but what we should do is let's anyone that from the Adelaide Card Show, if they could stick it up on socials, tag us and all that sort of stuff, one that gets the most hits, we'll give a prize.
Nice.
We'll absolutely do that. That's
Because
no
I think
problem.
it's a really good idea. If you what was the Adelaide Card Show called? Was it called the Adelaide Card Show?
Yeah.
So if you do
Australian Card
hashtag
Show.
Adelaide Card Show, hashtag PSG,
Yep.
hashtag Rob is the best, or something along those lines, and then we'll see who gets the most hits, and then we'll give him a prize.
We'll do that, and we'll talk about that in one of the upcoming segments as well. So that will be awesome. That will
Excellent.
be something to do.
Look forward to
What
that.
else? What else is happening in PSG land? Okay, I know what's happening in PSG land.
What's happening?
Let me talk about something now
Okay.
about PSG. Year 2023.
Rhymes with.
Rhymes with PSG.
The
I
year
know
of the goat. but
is
not-
the year of
not
the
really,
goat.
It's the rabbit, but
It's the rabbit.
It's the goat.
But we're going to have the PSG year of the goat.
Yeah.
And we've got a new special coming up online shortly, which will blow people's socks off. Now we're still
Is
doing.
it a goat special?
It is a goat special. So we are still doing we're still chasing that Platinum 10. And when we get that Platinum 10, whenever that happens, the first person who gets that will get a $500 voucher for one of our submission partners, anyone that they choose. But the Year of the Goat special will be 4 grades for $100.
Wow.
So, and that will be going through to the end of March. And
And do they all have to be number 23?
no, they don't have to, but I've seen the marketing that's been done for it, and I love it.
Yeah, it
I
looks
think I'll just bloody just keep staring at it, to be honest. And so we got a few goats on there. We got Warney, we got Buddy Franklin, and then of course we got MJ and LeBron, and there was someone else, David Beckham, on there as well.
Okay, name one more.
One
One more 23. Anyone in the comments that can name one more 23?
That's a
other than-
goat.
Who we got? We got Beckham,
LeBron,
LeBron, Jordan. Who else?
we've got
Warney.
Shame on him.
Warney,
Yeah.
and we've got Buddy Franklin.
Okay. And what's another number 23? Anyone in the comments would be good. Or you guys. I don't
What
care.
about that is a goat?
Yeah, that's a goat or is either in goat category or close to goat category.
Draymond Green. Yeah.
Or really? that,
Yeah, well,
that would be a 23.
Justin
great.
Lepage.
Lepage?
Yeah, I'd go Justin Lepage. He's not a goat.
Who was
I'm
23 for
probably going
Hawthorn?
Draymond
Hawthorn.
Green before Lepage. That was Buddy originally.
No, Dermot.
Dermot, yeah,
Dermot.
Dermot Berrigan.
Yeah, Dermot, you go close.
Yeah,
Is he not goat worthy?
He's no goat.
Still the best hit in
So-
the history of AFL Grand Finals when
Have
he
you-
got knocked out.
Yeah, receiving the hit. Nice one. Poor old Dermy.
Yeah.
So you've got someone in your head, obviously.
No, I don't. It was a question.
Oh, Jesus.
It sounded like I did that.
You do that to me all the time. And it's like, okay, he's got an answer he wants me to answer, and I'm trying to think of it, and there was no answer.
No, but 23. There has to be one more.
Michael Clark. Give yourself an uppercut. Like, seriously.
Wow.
Can-
Who said that?
That's
I can be your
hero.
tutor hero, baby.
Stop with that.
New year, new room, same legends. Yeah, there's something coming up about that too, Adam.
There
We're going to
is.
change the room round.
Are we really?
We are.
yeah.
I haven't told you lads this yet,
Jesus.
but there's going to be a room
No,
change.
we learn a lot.
You do all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair call, fair
Yeah.
call. Kanye West. I'll tell you what, Mint. I'm going to show you something
Oh,
shortly
Kanye.
in that as well. But that's to 5.
Is that
Self-proclaimed.
yeah? Is that like? Did you set him up with that?
No, I
To
didn't.
say Kanye West?
No, I didn't. I
Like-
didn't
like
ring Mint
LeBron
beforehand.
self-proclaimed. So
Yeah.
Same
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that's right. LeBron hated in the end.
Okay.
chosen one.
Who is is it LeBron or MJ? Who's the
MJ.
best 23?
MJ all day.
Yeah,
MJ
without
all
a
day.
doubt.
Rhymes as well.
Without a doubt. Actually, no.
It's like PSG in 23.
I had this discussion with somebody, a customer today, one of our submitters, and we were talking about the goats. And he said, "Oh, the greatest of all time of any sport," and he came up with an answer, and I just went, "Mate, if you're not saying Donald Bradman, just don't even talk to me."
What number would Bradman have worn?
He would have worn 23. He would have been the original 23.
I reckon he would have worn 1.
Or 99.9.
99.9.
But yeah, like he's definitely the goat of cricket. There's no doubt about that.
What,
But,
does it upset you when people talk about like the GOAT, Bradman,
Mhm.
and Smith in the same language that Smith then broke records that Bradman didn't have? Because Bradman never played the amount of cricket that Smith
No,
played.
that's exactly right. But even Steve Smith acknowledges that.
Yeah, but does it upset you?
No, not at all.
Doesn't it?
No.
Upsets me.
I was actually thinking about this the other day.
Mm.
And I was just thinking about, since I've started watching cricket, which is about 1977, 78 that I remember, who's the greatest team that I've seen play for Australia? Because it's easy to say, oh, Warney's the greatest. Well, he would be in that team, no doubt. But Steve Smith, would he actually make your team of the best players you've seen play for Australia during your lifetime? Now,
You'd have to go.
he
close.
probably
close,
would.
yeah.
But then you're leaving players like Greg Chappell out. You're leaving players like Michael Clark.
But I'd take Smith over Chappell.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that, like, what a great.
And Michael Clark, he just took the piss out of.
He wouldn't even get on the bench in a T20 match for me.
Ashton Agar fits in.
Ashton Agar. Yeah. Do we have other segments coming up? Because once we get on to Ashton Agar, we'll never stop you.
One of the greatest cricketers Australia's ever seen.
I'll tell you what, I went to the, what's that thing called last night? The T20, the Big Bash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And Ashton Agar was
Was it a
playing.
really piss poor effort?
It was the Brisbane Heat. So nothing changes. They should be called the Brisbane Lukewarms. They were horrible, but Ashton Agar, man, he can field. That
mate, he's actually a really good cricketer. I know I take the piss and stuff all the time.
No,
I honestly believe that if he hadn't been given the continued opportunities,
early
as
on.
opposed to, like, it's 13 years ago that he made 98 as the number 11, right?
Yep.
But then he played 2 tests and they dropped him. Like, okay. And
You know, he was.
but he's played like something like 300 or 180, whatever it is, 2020 matches.
Yeah, but then when he
That's-
bowled in that Test match last week, we
He
can
bowled
see
like
that
it was a 2020 game.
That's right.
And
why.
that's the biggest issue. If you're going to make a test cricket, you've got to play test cricket.
Do you know that when he got picked for Australia, he got plucked out of second division county cricket, out of some like
Love it.
minuscule county. And it was
Oh,
only
wow.
because there was a few injuries and they just needed someone. He came in, bowled well in the nets, and they played him, and then realised that he's not a number 11 batsman.
Love it.
So, but yeah,
Love
no,
it.
it is interesting the goat things. But yeah, you can.
Couple of things have just popped up. G'day, real Stephen Young. 7 and 10 seem to be the football. Soccer, goats, Messi, Ronaldo, Beckham, Neymar. Beckham was 7, but he was also 23. You guys coming back to Sydney. Actually, I'll tell you what, Gunza, I'm going to be in Sydney. It's not official yet. I will be, though.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday
official.
night for the Dirk Nowinski event. Oops.
Hang on,
Slip
let's
of the
be
tongue.
more professional.
Yeah,
I just lost the professionalism. The Dirk Nowinski event
That's awesome.
in Sydney next week. So if you're down there, Gunza, hook, let me know. I'll come and say hello.
Our tutor hero man with Marnus, the throw last night.
I
Anyone
didn't see it. No.
So Marnus was, I think, fielding a backward point or something like that, and he picked up the ball, and as Marnus does, decides he's going to throw it at the stumps when the batsman's well within his ground. And not only missed the stumps, missed the keeper, missed the mid-off fielder, missed everyone.
Go
And the
for
ball
four?
just
Kept
didn't
going.
quite go for 4, but it was the worst throw that you've ever seen. It was
What?
like he got 3/4 of the way through and went, I shouldn't throw it, but just
Lost the
followed
ball,
through.
yeah.
Was it as good as Steve Smith's delivery in
It was
the
up
test
there.
match?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Steve Smith trying to york the bloke on the second bounce.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty interesting. But no, it was a poor performance last night. Decent crowd again. But,
I think we've gone off the PSG ramble a little bit here.
Yeah. No, we've rambled.
We've
Let's go
rambled.
to the our
Well,
next segment.
It's into the next
Oh,
segment
Let's
anyway.
go to the next
I
segment.
forget the music. It goes da-na-na-na.
Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Dun. That was you.
Dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sports news. There you go.
Sports news.
Sports news.
For those uninitiated, that was the Wildwater Sports music.
And it was segment number 2 for those who didn't hear the start, where we're now segmentizing the podcast.
Now, I heard some news before, and I haven't even spoken to you two about it, but I'm just going to drop it on you because I don't know that either of you will know this.
Okay.
South East Melbourne Phoenix have a new co-owner.
They do.
Oh,
I know the answer.
Go on.
His name is Nick Curious.
Nick Kyrgios.
No way.
Yeah, Nick Kyrgios was brought
Hey.
into the.
I heard that it was going to happen. I didn't hear it has happened.
It has happened. It was being reported on radio in Melbourne.
Do we know how big a stake?
No, they just said that he joins Dante Exum and the other guys, whoever they were, the
Nice.
co-owners there, which is
I
real-
like that.
yeah, that's awesome.
I love the fact that you're actually getting professional athletes in other sports investing in other sports. So I shout out to any other professional athlete that's out there that wants to invest in any Gold Coast national sporting team.
Tropics.
Hit me up.
It's like we set that up, isn't it?
Oh, but we didn't.
We didn't.
Yeah, it's just
But no,
perfect segue.
it is cool because now Nick Kyrgios is a fairly divisive kind of character.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm not a fan. I'm a super fan.
Yeah.
I love him because I think he does. He has, I don't know if you've heard, he and the Joker are playing an exhibition match Friday night. So the Australian
Are they
Open.
really?
Yeah, well, the Australian Open's changed the way they do things now. The week of qualifiers, which is this week, is now you need to pay to go to.
Oh, I saw that.
They've
Yeah, they're
opened up the
allowing them
event.
because it used to all be behind closed doors.
No, you could just walk in. It was behind open doors. But they've decided they can monetize this now. So
Yeah.
So they can put some good games on.
well, yeah, they're having a few exhibition games. You can go and watch the big names train. But Friday night, Kyrgios is playing Djokovic, and it took less than an hour to sell the stadium out.
Oh,
so
no way.
good.
Yeah.
So tell me that this guy's
And are they
not
going to
good
be
for
taking the
sport.
piss a bit,
Oh,
or are
he's
they going to
amazing.
be like? Is it mic'd up or anything?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I love those games where they mic them up and they have a laugh.
No, it's the whole reason Djokovic actually offered Kyrgios the exhibition game because Nick Kyrgios hasn't had any warm-up games. He's been coming from a bit of a he's been
Had
coming
an
from
ankle
an
injury.
So I like the fact that they've done that, and I just think it's good for the sport and good for the tournament. Well, good for a tournament that's going to smash record attendances again this year.
Well, do you know what I love about that as well is I'm going to get it wrong. Kokkinakis.
Yep.
How do you say his first name?
Tanasi.
Tanasi Kokkinakis. Because obviously him and Kyrgios play together in the doubles, and what they did last year at the Australian Open, where they actually won their first Grand Slam together, was so good for the sport.
Oh, yeah.
All the people that have been in this sport for years and years hated it because people were cheering, and it's like the 16th hole at that golf tournament they do in Phoenix.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool,
where
man.
everyone's like they've just changed the way this shit's done.
Yeah.
So the way you're exactly right, but Pugz, how much do you like golf? How much do you watch golf?
I don't watch golf at all.
Right, but you know that hole.
Yeah,
because it's exciting.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, because I love Happy Gilmore, and that's legit
that's
Happy
Happy
Gilmore in real life.
And that's what they've done to tennis.
Correct, and that's what they've got to do to tennis.
But the thing I like even more about it is they've actually improved so much as players since that's happened.
Well-
Kokkinakis just knocked off the world number one in Adelaide.
Did he really?
At home. So
That's
he's
awesome.
now gone through the top 16 or whatever is in
Well,
the
he
Adelaide
won
tournament.
today too, so
Oh,
he's
so
into the
semi-finals or whatever.
quarterfinals, yeah.
But you look at that, and this guy, good Australian tennis player, but now has gone to the next level because of Kyrgios and the stuff that's around that. He's like the stable head in that relationship, but he's also now kicking heaps of goals. I love it.
I'll lose. You could lose friends over this kind of shit, but
I don't have any, so
I'll say right
it's
now
all right.
that if Nick Kyrgios wants to come onto this podcast, we would have him in with open arms. And
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Definitely.
we would talk nothing but him up.
Yeah, for sure.
He is fantastic for the sport. Yeah, look, I'd like one or two less dummy spits on the court because not because I don't like watching the dummy spits. I actually enjoy that part, but I think he'd be a better player without them.
But did you like John McEnroe back in the day?
Hell yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like,
It's
it's always been a part of
I
tennis.
do find it funny that McEnroe is one of the people that
they don't like him.
don't like him. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
don't like
hilarious.
But I also love the fact that the way Kyrgios trains for tennis is by playing basketball.
Yeah, well,
So
He's a big basketball head.
He played in some exhibition game and knocked down 35 points for some stupid in the Sydney
he
Kings
did
Day.
cop it for that as
He
well
did,
because it was supposed to be a bit of fun. And
Well,
Yeah,
he was
no,
playing against like B-list celebrity dudes who
Well,
don't
the
know
Premier.
how they... Yeah. But
Who's
that's like me
6'8"?
going and play against like those guys.
it's like
I
you
score
just,
as much as I want.
that's
as well.
like you walking up the stairs doing blind turns around people and taking shots. Yeah,
Exactly.
No, good
But
on him. And
I think good on him, and I wish him all the best for the. I hope they win the doubles,
Yes.
and I hope they get through on the singles. I think it'll be amazing for Australian tennis.
by this time next week, we'll have been through probably 2 rounds of the tennis. So we'll have seen Nick Kyrgios out on the John Cain Arena, and that is actually one of my goals in life is now to in the next few years to go down to Melbourne Park and watch Kyrgios play a game on John Cain Arena because
That would be cool.
they should rename it Kyrgios Arena. To be completely honest, because without him, that arena would never have taken off.
Love that. Something else about John Cain Arena, which is the first ever women's NBL game that's being played at John Cain Arena. I think it's next week or the week after with the GOAT.
With the go, there's
Lauren
a goat.
Jackson.
Oi.
She's not 23 though.
No.
But Lauren Jackson is playing in the women's NBL game, and they reckon they're going to fill that arena.
Yep.
And that holds, I think it's 8,000 maybe.
That's
we
awesome.
went there for a Melbourne versus Melbourne basketball game. It was insane.
Yep.
But they're going to fill it for women's basketball, which for women's NBL is massive.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, they play out of gyms basically.
They do, yeah. They
Yeah.
and for the Gold Coast Tropics women's NBL team that will be in the next couple of years, it's massive because then we can hopefully get LJ up here on the Gold Coast and we can make some
kind
stuff
of capacity.
up
Yeah. So like, I went and saw LJ at the FIBA World Cup back in September.
Yep.
Whenever it was, and just to see her walk out in the court and the atmosphere it created amongst 10,000 people that were at the Kudos Arena, it was fantastic.
That's sick.
And she still has the game. To
Oh,
make it
yeah.
best.
But
Like-
the thing I love about it is she still doesn't get it. She does, but she doesn't. Like she doesn't realise that all those people are there for her. She's so humble,
Yep.
and she's such a mate. That's watching a goat walk on a basketball court. That's just
Yeah.
one of the most amazing things ever.
Exactly. Any other sports news that you guys boys want to
Oh,
bring up?
Guru, what's up, mate?
Who's on there? The Guru.
Guru.
How are you, bro?
Marky Mark.
So the other thing that I wanted to bring up, which is an announcement that I'm going to make each week from in the sports news,
Yep.
is something new that's going to happen. As everyone knows, is Platinum Standard Grading is currently the major sponsor of the Gold Coast Tropics NBL bid.
Yep.
We have an announcement which will be signed off next week, but I'm going to announce it today, and that is the legend himself, Rodney O.
Hey.
Do we know who's that? Who's that, Pugz?
Oh yeah. Well, as an old NBL head back in the
Tragic.
90s, yeah, he was like the voice of the NBL pretty much. Like you couldn't go anywhere without hearing Rodney's voice, especially with the Sydney Kings.
I had a call with him this morning, and he goes, "Hey B," and I'm going, "How you doing, brother?" And he goes, "I'm the voice of the Gold Coast Tropics." And I was like, "Yeah." So Rodney, I will be the voice of the Gold Coast Tropics. That'll be announced formally in coming weeks. But at the same time, it's massive news for us, and it's a really good get because he is a stalwart. He's a legend of the NBL, and it is something that will be moving forward. The other big news in sports news is that obviously Dirk Nowinski's in town. I saw the Guru's here online. He went last night to the showdown in Melbourne. They had a kids camp the day before. But the reason Dirk's actually here, which is really interesting, is the fact that he loves tennis. So he's here for the Australian Open. So what Chris Anstey and Chris Feeney and Little Birdie have done, they brought him out early. They're doing a couple of events. There's one in Sydney next week. I think sold out down in Sydney. But it's all put together by the same guys that we went on tour with that we spoke about last week, and do an amazing job, those guys. But, Dirk's in town. So if you're at the Australian Open, look up. There's there'll be a couple of big 7-footers walking around, Anstey and Nowinski. The funniest part about those two, they look so similar.
Oh yeah,
Don't you reckon?
Totally.
And they've got the same mannerisms. You watch them in a room together, and like the way they put their leg across, or they just move the same. And I think it's just obviously being big humans. But mate, one of the most humble and nicest guys you'll ever meet, Dirk Nowinski, and obviously so is Anstey.
So are you saying, Brett, that every week in our sports news we're going to have a little bit of a update about the tropics?
We are.
And anything that's Gold Coast related sports, I guess.
We are, yeah. So
because I know there's a few stokes in the fire.
So Meteorate Sport is the official bid name now for all the sporting events. We are officially bidding for an A-League license now as well, and also for baseball.
Yep.
And that's somewhere we're going tomorrow night.
We are. But so
nice.
that means that the people that watch this podcast, listen to this podcast, or are involved with this podcast, when the tropics start, or whatever the names of the other teams are, they're going to be able to say, geez, I heard about that first.
I was there at the inception.
When people really didn't know a lot about this shit. And
before she was pregnant.
Have a look at this. Now I can't get a ticket to an event.
Anyone that listens to this podcast gets a ticket through you.
Yeah, that's it. What they'll do, they'll say, I'll just give Rob a buzz.
Uncle Rob a buzz and say, hey, can you hook me up?
And I will hook you up. There's absolutely no doubt about it. John Smits, the great man, is online. JCS. And he's woohooing, which is something that I've been told not to do. So
one more bit of news, just while I remember, is the Guru, it just reminded me, used to coach a kid out of Melbourne playing basketball who went to the US, who's now one of the Bachelors on Channel 10's hit show, my favourite show, The Bachelors.
Right, on to the next onto the next segment, which is our upcoming events. I'm going to give this one to Pugz. Today on PSG News. Upcoming events. So we talked about, first one, the Melbourne Card Show, or the Card Show Melbourne, sorry. We had, while you guys were away, we had Kane Bundy, who is the organiser of the show. We had him as a special guest on the PSG podcast.
Awesome.
29th of January, PSG will be there. We will be taking submissions on the day. We will do a special on the day, $20 per card if you submit on the day with us.
Why doesn't anyone tell me that?
Because you would say no, and if I've said it here, then it
has to happen.
It has to happen.
Fair call.
So $20 and $20 plus postage, that is.
Yep.
So we'll organise that on the day. But yours truly will be there, and we're just seeing if someone else wants to come down.
So will you be one of the submission partners?
Yeah, I'll be sitting next to and with Gimco.
With Gimco.
Okay. So cool. Gimco, our mates there, and but I'll be taking the submissions there.
I love what Gimco do at shows. They set up such a good booth.
They do. They are one of the best, I think.
Yeah, it's really well done, really well run, and it'll be nice having a little PSG thing on the side.
Yeah, but Gimco do a great job. You know, their website's fantastic, and they do their breaks, and they're really affordable breaks and things like that. So they're great. So we'll be down there. Local Card Shop might actually be making an appearance there as well. So
nice.
which will be nice. So
is Local Card Shop making an appearance at Hobby Hangout?
No.
No, they won't be there this year?
No, we won't be there. We've made a conscious decision based on a few different things. But there's going to be other... Well, that'll come up in upcoming event news shortly, I guess.
That's where we're in.
We're in that.
That's where we're up to.
Well, we've got to get I want some concrete around this kind of stuff
Yep.
before we announce these things. But there is some really exciting stuff happening there as well. But so the Card Show Melbourne, which will be a fantastic show. Now, you talked about our friends in Adelaide, though, as well.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to turn into my calendar mode here.
Okay.
But the South Australia Collectors Card Show is on again.
Oof.
And
Is that the same one we just done the cards for? Like, is that or a different one again?
correct? No, the same one.
Okay.
And we will...
I heard that was such a good show.
What? Oh, the show? Heck yeah.
You're reading an email as it popped up then, aren't you?
No, yeah, I was actually. Because I'm trying to find the silly date on
Because,
this.
they said that Adelaide show was one of the best.
It was. I heard exactly that as well. So that show is on Sunday the 19th of March.
And you know that because...
Don't go there. It's not like...
So I
will
thought
be,
you were opening a calendar then, but he's
Yeah,
opened up the AFL...
So I will be making an appearance at the South Australian Collectors Card Show, which
and
is...
the AFL.
Look, it's funny because I went and had a look at the fixture.
That's his calendar.
It is. Look at that.
He knows what games he's going to.
So I had a look at the fixture, and the guy who's organising the South Australian Collectors Card Show on the 19th of March in Adelaide, Stephen Wise, he's a great bloke because he has scheduled the South Australian Collectors Card Show on the 19th of March in South Australia, in Adelaide, a day after the Brisbane Lions play at the Adelaide Oval.
How good's that, Rob?
I couldn't believe it. Could not
you had
believe it.
nothing to do with that either.
I
did you?
didn't.
How good's
No,
that?
literally this
Wow.
time. If I was organising, that's what I would have done.
So
But I
that
had
means
nothing to do
you're
with
going
it.
to miss out on the box we're getting for PSG at the Gold Coast on the same day. Look who the Gold Coast
What
are
box?
playing. There's going to be a PSG box on the day at the Gold Coast.
No. Oh, they are too. Sydney Swans.
Sydney Swans.
So, yes, Ben. Who's Ben? Chris. Brett's a Swans,
John.
big
I am a
Swans
Swans fan. And on that note, there's in upcoming events, this man next to me on my right has bought me an early birthday present. And that is that we are going to see the great man
JK.
at
Josh Kennedy. Josh
at-
Kennedy Swans.
Oh, nice.
at Labrador AFL Club.
Yeah.
Of all places to go. Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Cards Oz just joined us. G'day, mate.
Cards Oz.
Cards Oz and Michael
is he?
Thornbury.
Oh.
Real Steve Young. Can I come and pick my cards up today?
No, not today, but probably tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow.
Yep. We'll let you know that because if you were on at the start, you would have got Pugz' update. We had some printer issues and he's just finished printing the last labels.
So that's all fixed now, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all fixed.
It's all good. So that's our upcoming events.
Nice.
All
Okay.
right.
I come from a land down under
Oh God.
where women throw and
Ruby.
men chunder.
Ruby, can you start downloading
Can you hear
this
that
music
thunder?
now?
That's the
Better run. You better.
That is our intro to Aussies Abroad.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I was abroad, so it's actually probably going to be men at work that's in that.
It
bit.
will
and
definitely
it'll be only
men at
7
work.
seconds, so we don't get arrested or have to pay commissions.
And of all people that know about paying commissions, it's men at work.
Indeed, indeed. From a koala or something, wasn't it?
From a kookaburra.
Kookaburra, that's right.
Yeah. So Aussies Abroad, look, there's really only one to talk about this week.
Triple double.
We're a triple-double.
6 times.
We are.
We are a triple.
We're a triple-double. Josh Giddey.
Giddey.
Sixth career triple-double.
Yeah, that's sick.
First player in the last few weeks, it's been the first player to reach 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists.
Since LeBron,
Yeah, the
second youngest.
since only to LeBron.
Bron
The
James.
guy is actually normally the second-year Blues do kick in for a lot of these kids, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
And
He's kicking on.
he is definitely.
And he's
kicking
actually,
in.
it's interesting because when we saw him play, and he's just like that, got that amazing vision. But watching SGA play, he was just superstar.
Oh, SGA is
So-
incredible.
So when SGA's not playing, I would have thought that whole team would have just dropped that bit. But they didn't. They picked up. That's when they scored 150 points.
Yeah.
I would talk about last week. But the big thing there is, mate, he's just supporting. He's doing everything he needs to do.
Yeah, he plays the
going
right
well.
way. Like he actually plays the right way.
Yep. And the future of Australian basketball is in safe hands when
Oh.
you can see that he will be a leader amongst that team. And we've heard his story. We know that he's had his knockbacks during his younger
Yeah.
life, and that's driving him to succeed now and work harder now. And it's that kind of attitude that will just ensure that 2024 at the Olympics he'll be the centerpiece of the team.
Oh, 100%.
No, he won't.
Who will?
Ben Simmons.
You're hopeful
having
that
an absolute cracker every year.
Oh, he's playing amazing.
He's playing good,
He's
but-
doing the thing with Ben Simmons, right? He's doing the role they've asked him to do. Yeah, 100%. And even the players around him are saying, I want to play with that kid now, which is a massive difference to last year. And the thing is, as one of the best defenders in the league, and at the same time, he's putting 10 points up. That's all he needs to do.
It's not the points with Ben Simmons, it's the assists. It's
Yeah.
what he creates
It's
for
the,
others.
and the defense. His defense is.
And that's why when they were talking about teams for him to play, I just thought, what would he do if he was at the Warriors?
Oof.
You know, dishing it out to Steph and
It's pretty special.
and Clay.
But he's doing that now with
KD.
he
He's
is.
got one of the
KD
greatest
and
shooters
stuff.
in the world. So
Who's that?
KD,
KD.
like just
Who's KD?
Who's that?
the other
You know
guy going
who that is.
bald.
yeah. There's a lot of
I
them
watched
doing
his
that.
movie during the week, that Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. That's my,
great
that's my
movie.
son's favorite movie.
It's anyway, interesting.
So the thing with that, though, is I reckon that if Ben keeps going the way he's going, and you've got Ben, Giddey, Dyson, he's playing well.
Exum.
Paddy Mills is
Exum's
the
playing
captain.
Is
sick
Exum going to
overseas.
come back?
Well, he's playing incredible overseas, so he'll still play for Australia, I reckon.
Yeah.
Thom
You got-
Maker still plays, and he plays overseas.
You got Paddy?
Paddy is as the skipper.
It has to be. And
Yeah.
he'll be the
He'll
starting
be the
point guard.
captain till he's like 50.
Yeah, and hopefully Joe,
Mate, Joe, he's going all right.
he's going okay.
Yeah.
it's
He
good.
looks
playing
like
good
he's
for the
over his
Bucks.
injuries.
Yeah.
So, but I love Joe Ingles, no matter what team you put him on, no matter what singlet he's wearing,
He's a team player.
but he plays exactly the same.
Yep.
Like, no matter if the team even plays different, he just plays Joe.
Yep.
I just love
That's,
that.
pretty
I just
awesome.
love that he talks trash all game.
He never shuts up,
typical,
does he?
typical Aussie. Like it's so good. I was like, yes.
All right.
Hang on, here we go. The Eddinghausen 10 had to be moved down the cabinet.
Okay.
Okay.
that's-
Thanks,
Well, no,
thanks,
that- so-
thanks, Bailey.
Uncle
Bail-
Chop Chop's joined us.
Uncle Chop Chop, who's that?
Ipswich Framing,
Oh,
number one
man.
framer on the planet.
Well,
Dope T Pugz. Thanks, T
He's
Dobbo.
definitely. So there's a few people that said, "Oh, come down and pick up my cards." Wait till we contact you
Yeah.
with the cards.
There's no cards
Uh,
ready until Uncle Rob brings you.
Yes, exactly. So
Bob's your uncle.
because I do have some people that drop off their cards or send them in, and then 3 minutes later tell me, "Do you think they'll be ready next week?" It's like, oh, it's
60
I've
days.
got to stop messaging. I've got to stop replying to those messages.
You do. Follow me on the road. Are we ready for the next one?
But yeah, we are. Let's
On a
start.
warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep.
Come on, click.
You got to know when to hold 'em,
When to hold 'em,
know when to fold 'em.
when to fold 'em. That'll do.
It's Kenny Verhoeve.
That's the gambler because we're going to be talking about TCG.
We're talking about cards.
cards.
Gambling,
TG,
cards,
the whole
know when to
TGC
hold 'em,
talk
when
to start
fold 'em.
with, and then we'll go on to some sports cards. So, yeah, and it's true. Like, it is an investment. It is a gamble, and people take those investments and make a choice, don't they?
They do.
So
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
yeah, sometimes.
So I got something to talk about with TCG. A mate of ours has just been in Japan.
Yep.
And he walked into a card shop there, and he was buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's how you say it, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And there's these 3 cards in wrappers, yeah, that he walked in and gone, how much are they? And the guy goes, 22,000
Yeah.
for the 3 cards.
Yeah.
And he's gone, all right then, looked it up, 60,000. Bargain.
Wait, what?
All right?
We're talking
So-
yen?
No, dollars.
Dollars. Okay.
So then he's looked it up, right, and he's had a look at that, and then something happened where he couldn't take, the guy only wanted cash, and he didn't have the cash on him. And he's got,
Because we don't.
Yeah. And so he said, I'm going to leave it, I'll come back, thinking no one's going to buy that. Like it's $22,000 worth of cards. Anyway, he goes along on his very last day, walks into another card shop, and the 3 cards are there, right? 13,000.
Oh, what?
So he's bought them, paid 13, worth 60. Boom. TCG deal of the year.
Then he should have gone to the other one and paid 20, and he would have had 2 of them.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. So I don't understand TCG at all. I thought TCG is more about like playing the cards.
Yeah, if it's
Like
in
it's a
good,
game,
if it's
isn't
in
it?
good condition though, it's
Man,
Very
the price
highly
of those
collectible.
things was just insane.
oh, that's my foot. Sorry.
I wonder what the noise is.
the price of those were insane.
They are. The price is insane, but there's a lot of things happening in the old TCG world, and we don't really see a lot of it when you live in that sports world. So, you know, there's new releases like One Piece, which is something that's come out of Japan.
Those look
What's
so
One Piece?
cool.
Well, that's exactly right. What is One Piece? So we're
It's what
going to.
Borat wears. Very nice.
Oh,
That's right. That works. Yeah. So there's One Piece, and so what we're going to do.
so that's like another brand,
It's like an anime
Yu-Gi-Oh,
type
Magic
thing,
the
yeah.
Dragon, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Genshin was one that I had someone come in and talk to me about yesterday.
Okay.
So what we'll do in this part each week is we'll just pluck one of these really obscure things, and we might have a bit of a chat about those.
Yeah, for sure.
In TCG talk for this week, we've got Crown Zenith is the newest release of Pokemon, and I know the local card shop gets theirs Monday, I think.
So are they worth money or are they a game? So like Crown Zenith, is there a chase or is it I get the whole set when I buy the box? How's that work?
There's a chase in everything.
It's a chase.
Yeah.
It's packs. So Crown Zenith, they're ETBs, which is an elite trainer box.
Okay.
They don't come in booster boxes. And when we had Zach, who's a bit of an expert on Pokemon, he explained that the last... So this is Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield. And this is the last thing that will be coming under the Sword and Shield banner. And then so next one I think is Scarlet and Violet is the next banner that Pokemon come under. And the last one they only release in an ETB, an Elite Trainer box. So there's no booster pack. So that's coming out now. So that's going to be the new thing. Is there money in them? Yeah, look, I mean, absolutely. Where's John?
He's on here.
He's rolling on the floor laughing right now.
I hope.
Is that what Ruffle means?
I think so.
Roll on floor. John would know because he's like up to.
That's his.
What's
game.
new
So-
DBZ looks good too.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like Steve Young said there that I don't play TCG, I just collect.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like
so
that.
that's I would say the majority of people now are in that basket. And we had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that came in from
You're
Steve.
saying will be highly collectible.
Who did say that?
Johnny.
The main man
John,
himself.
yeah. Yep, that's it. Cohen needs
What's
to
up,
talk
Cohen?
to you too, so I'll give you a buzz after this. Yeah, so it's mostly people collecting for collecting purposes now.
Oh, that's
And when we see some of the old sets come into the shops and into grading, one of the terms we use is well played. You know, these cards have been well played.
Yeah, they've
And
been loved.
But there's less and less of those as the cards get newer and newer because people are seeing the collectible value.
Or
behind
they
it.
put it in penny sleeves or whatever, and that's
And
how
play
they
it.
play.
Yeah.
So the cards are still
so they
getting...
don't directly. Oh, okay.
That's why you
Clever.
see.
Very
That's why you
clever.
see Pokemon because Pokemon are an amazing machine,
Yeah,
and they release their own penny sleeves with Pokemon
on the back and
on the
stuff.
back, Joe. That they can. That's what people use them for.
So if I get my Pokemon graded, can I still play with that card?
No, I don't believe so.
That's not... that's someone... You'd have to ask someone. James does like playing games at good games and
'Cause
stuff. So.
John,
Yeah, John's still online.
John's still
Can
online.
I play with a graded card, John? Because what I'm thinking is that wouldn't it then be good just to encapsulate them so they then don't go and you can still play with them?
Can you watch the hand movements there above the table?
don't know what to do with my
I don't know
It's
how it
just a
works.
thought. Anyway, we'll get some
We'll get-
feedback
we'll
on
get-
John on
yeah.
that. Sports cards.
Sports cards. What's happening in you in sports cards? Have you seen anything?
New hoops.
Yeah,
New
what are they
hoops.
like? Are they shit like the last lot?
No, they look... I saw someone busted 2 boxes and got 3 autos out of it.
Well, they
and
shouldn't
actually
have.
look really good.
They do.
They shouldn't have because they were embargoed till the 11th of January in America.
Well, there you go. Well,
So-
someone
Actually,
opened it.
just, so it's the top.
We've seen that here in Australia with embargoed product. Yeah, they do look good, don't they?
Yeah.
And
They-
hoops.
For hoops as well. Like, they actually look
Well,
pretty decent for hoops.
Hoops is hoops, and that's the important thing to know about it. That it's the first thing that comes out each year. So
They
there's
need to be in the deck, the cards.
of course,
True. So
Said-
my bad.
yep. So we can't do that. But
Just
Just make a
had
big
that.
we'll
deck.
just grade the good ones because
Nothing
they're
like
collectible.
I
So,
didn't say that.
I don't know
Didn't
the
actually
song.
come out then. Anyway,
The best
hoops.
bit is I didn't hear it. But 22-23,
You'll hear it later.
22-23 it's the first release. So it's the first ones the first Chet Holmgren cards will come out of this. The first
They will
Dyson
do?
Daniels. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
the official
Not the first
NBA.
Dyson Daniels, because I have 32.
Yeah, I mean, like, he
Dyson
means
Daniel
NBA
autos now.
licensed.
NBA license
I have
and
a
his NBA
Chronicles.
jersey. And no, you don't have an NBA jersey.
Must be the collegiate.
You'd have the collegiate. We've got some of those in the local card shop, localcardshop.com.au.
No free ads.
Sorry, I'll pay you for
That's
that
okay.
later. Yeah, so it's always got a lot of hype around hoops, and the thing that I don't understand, and Pugz, I don't know, you'll probably say, mate, just don't worry about it. But we've still got like half the products from the 21-22 releases still to come
They haven't come out
They
yet.
haven't come out.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just move on.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
But-
but there's actually quite a lot that hasn't come out yet.
I'll tell you what I have picked up lately is a lot of Giddey in OKC rookie autos.
Yeah, because these products are now coming out.
Yeah.
We've now
And
got
they're
Select.
cheap now.
Oh,
It's ridiculous.
We've got Select. We've got
they're not that cheap because we're about to sell
Optic.
them. They're really expensive. You should buy them off
Yeah.
me. No. But there's some really good, like the actual cards themselves. I actually even bought a photogenic. So I've been looking for photogenic for a long time.
sick.
Can't find them anywhere. And there's a photogenic of Giddey, and like the picture was amazing. So, yeah, I've been picking those up.
So our friends at Signature Cards, who are very good supporters of PSG as well, they do give us a shout out on nearly every one of their breaks. They did a select H2 and an Optic Hobby break.
Mm.
They hit a Josh Giddey auto out of the Optic Hobby,
Wow.
and then a Josh Giddey Mojo Silver circle green, purple, orange, green one.
With over underhangers.
because I never
Prism.
understand what they are, but
Yeah.
out of the
Wow.
select H2. So one guy was able to pick up both those for his
That's
PC. And the incredible thing was he said to me that all he wanted was one nice Josh Giddey card for his PC, and he said, I'm in one break, I get two. So,
Well, I did when I first come back into the industry. It was the 18-19 rookie year, which was Zion. That was 18-19, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I got the Pels and got 7 Zions
oh,
in the
1920, yeah.
in the one break.
7 Zions.
7 Zions. So I got my to 5 collegiate, which was insane.
Yep.
But then got 7 Zion rookies.
So those cards in value-wise have done the whole roller coaster, haven't
Oh, without doubt. Yeah, like I think next year will be the year for those.
Yep.
But he's playing like a legend.
they? But on Sports Cards and on Sports Cards Talk,
I'm excited about this part.
no, not yet. One thing.
I'm still excited.
Well, it actually does lead into this. So what do we think of Leaf?
I love it.
Love Leaf? Why do you love Leaf?
I just really like their cards. Some of their cards are really good. They're really good quality. They get some really good autos. The thing I hate is they're not licensed, obviously. But like I've got an absolute wicked Mike Tyson auto. You would never know it was a Leaf.
Yeah. We saw some nice Leaf cards at the card show in
the
Westchester as well.
I
And you're like,
don't
oh, whoa, it's
understand
Leaf.
why it doesn't have the value it does. But that's Panini for you. I reckon when that stuff, when Panini lose their license, some of that Leaf stuff will go up.
Yep, and the reason I bring it up because Bailey's just been itching for us to bring up his Mike Tyson 101 that he bought.
Yeah.
So, which I've seen that card. It's
Did you
absolutely,
like it?
It's thicker than a Snicker.
it's
It
thicker
is
than a
thicker
snicker,
than a
but certainly, it certainly is. But yeah, I love the Leaf as well. I mean, I've got a bit of a Johnny Manziel.
Rob loves the Leaf.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel. See, the funny bit about that is I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I've got a
Snoop Dogg
Johnny-
loves the Leaf.
Oh yeah, no, Rob doesn't love the Leaf. Johnny Manziel, I've got a Leaf collection of his because of the inscriptions. Because Leaf seem to be a little bit more liberal with what the people
What they can write and stuff, yeah.
Well,
for
who's the
sure.
owner of Leaf?
Could
know.
not tell you.
Yeah,
Couldn't
but I got one of his cards. He did a card of
nice.
himself, and it says "Give Leaf the license back," and he signed it. So
Well, I had
awesome.
I had an awesome ship my cards shipment this week, and in there was some pretty cool cards. But I got another Phil Knight auto, the little
Another
Phil
one?
Knight cards. Yes, and I've got about 4 or 5 of those now. But at the same time, is like some of the Leaf cards that come in. That was pretty special. We've got a couple of special people joined us, Rob. There's one gentleman that's just joined us that I'm going to shout out that you've never met.
Cool.
I actually treat this bloke as a really good mate now. I had the pleasure of touring with him all around America. That's Nathan Goodall. He calls himself the Dreamboat.
The Dreamboat.
But actually a very good man. And what other people say about him is not true.
I've only heard good things about it.
He's Chris's best cruise club customer.
Right, we're going to move on.
Just saying. Moving on.
We are going to
and
move
our
on.
cards. We're going to
gonna
card of
show
the week.
our card.
Okay.
Our card of the
you
week.
can go first.
I'll go first. Ruby will put pictures into the podcast
she'll
later
insert
on.
them?
She'll insert these later on. So I opened up for the local card shop to sell some packs a box of Formula One, just a flagship,
What year?
2022.
Oh, like new ones.
Yeah, new ones. And
Oh,
by
nice.
the way, did I mention that Topps Chrome Formula One will be hitting the hobby shop next week?
No.
No.
That's it.
Amazing.
They look good.
Well,
you haven't
no,
opened
we
them.
don't have them.
Fair
So-
point. Fair
But
call.
a box topper.
That's
Oh, wow.
cool.
Remember the old box
Haven't seen a box
toppers?
topper for years.
No, and this is they must do one for each of the.
That's like a postcard.
Yeah, they've done it up as a postcard. They must do one for each of the Grand Prix. So I've got the United States Grand Prix. So it's a
That's really cool.
F1 card in in the red, white, and blue of the United States, and it looks like it's Texas that's at. So that's my card of the week because I love box toppers.
Oh, yeah.
Love the box
Box
topper.
toppers are cool.
And speaking of Americans, what
Yeah.
have you got?
Yours is this is
cool.
insane.
This is actually Stash's card. He got it when he was in America. It's a Space Shuttle Orbiter Payload Bay thermal blanket, authentic space flown. Like, this is just the coolest thing.
It's come out of a space shuttle.
A
has it?
game worn patch from the
Yeah.
space shuttle.
From a space shuttle.
That's
That
insane.
That's so cool. So when he showed me that, I'm like, man, I got to show that. So
That's
So
really
you
cool.
stole someone else's card of the week.
yeah, because I didn't. I had all my cards in my bag, and then I took them out.
Oh, yeah.
So mine's on the American theme. This whole
I know
thing's
this
an American theme.
We didn't plan this.
No, I
either.
didn't either. But mine, as people saw probably a couple of months ago now, I got my Kim Jong-un patch that I thought was pretty amazing.
And it was.
And that's to 5. And I don't know if this beats it or it matches it. This will be up to you guys, okay? I have a to 5 Kanye West, God Bless America flag patch. So congratulations. You have received a limited edition American flag commemorative card made exclusively for the Trading Card Company. But it's a Kanye West to 5 God Bless America.
Thank you, America.
Love you, America.
How
So what do you
cool
reckon?
is
It's actually a really cool patch. I don't think it's game worn like the one
that?
from the
Game
space shuttle.
How the hell do you
No.
game worn a flag?
He was wearing it on his
Oh, he
t-shirt.
He could have
on
been
his
wearing it
hat.
on his t-shirt when he was God Save America.
or in one of you, or with Kim Kardashian?
Oh, it could be game worn with the Kardashian.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just increased the
When you
value
want
of
to
that.
sell it, that's what it was.
To 5. Anyway, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. So
Oh, no.
that's what it looks like raw.
Classic catches. Classic catches. Now a 3.
Wow. How good was that catch?
Ashton-Agar.
That was an Ashton Agar all day.
All right, let's get into our next one.
What's the intro? Hang on.
So this is...
We are the champions.
My friend.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Yes,
Dun, dun, dun,
we are the champions, and that is because we deal with a lot of champions in this hobby, and the biggest champions we deal with are our submission partners.
Without doubt.
So this week we've had submissions from JCS Toys at Carrara.
Whoop, whoop.
Don't ask me if there's any more cards to be picked up because I don't know the answer. Pugz will tell us later on. We'll get back to you this afternoon on that.
Yeah.
We've had Diggers. We've had another submission coming from Diggers, and we've had Big Boss had one
Boss.
just before
I'll just keep
Christmas.
going whoop whoop
Yeah.
because I can.
Who else? There was another one.
Gimco.
Gimco had one
Gimco.
come
Whoop,
in.
whoop.
And why am I knowing I'm missing one?
LCS.
LCS. Oh, yeah. LCS will
Whoop,
just,
whoop.
will just live PSG submissions. And there's someone else.
So we
Well, I
thank
can't
them
remember.
all.
We thank them
submission
all.
partners. We've also, I'll tell you what you should do in the submission partner piece.
What should we do?
You should announce the big announcement from the submission partner piece.
Which one's that?
The new bloke that's doing that.
Oh,
stuff.
holy snap and pelican shit. Yes. Yes. That was, I thought about that about an hour ago.
Wow.
And
There we go.
yes, so as everyone knows,
It's coming to you live from Australia.
yeah, Australia, mate. Only better thing could have been an ibis. I might have to get an ibis into one of my sayings.
Bin chicken.
Bin chicken.
Bin Chicken Arena.
Yeah, so Liam was our Jack of...
Liam died.
Yeah, so Daddy Longneck's no longer with us, which is it's sad, but yeah.
Speaking
So-
of bin chickens.
But but yes, Stash, who everyone has met
Stash
on the podcast, Stash is taking over the role as our business development manager,
Whoop whoop.
and he will be liaising
I'm gonna
directly.
stop doing that.
he will be
It's annoying me.
he will be liaising, gentlemen, directly with our submission partners.
Excellent.
sir.
And he will also be fostering those relationships as well as endeavouring to find some new ones to spread the love of the brand across the place. And talking about spreading the love of the brand across the place, it is 2023 is the year of PSG. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of that. I guess the umbrella, what's the word for it, Brett? Just a greater reach?
Stopping rain.
Greater reach.
Greater reach. Expansion.
Expansion.
Very big expansion.
So big expansion within Australia and externally as
And
well.
externally, yep, we will definitely. We have a meeting tomorrow with the Philadelphia government, it's the government of Pennsylvania, actually,
Yeah.
to see how the move to the US is happening. We will open in the US this year, and we will be a global company, which will be very exciting stuff. And therefore, it may stop some of these. Oh, I was so going to call out people, but
Brett,
it didn't.
Brett,
Some
be
people
nice.
actually online that say that Australian grading companies aren't worth a piece of shit, but may stop that
Yep.
or may not.
Changing the game.
We're changing the game,
We
brother.
are changing the game, and yeah, we can go on about that.
What's
I
our
know.
last segment?
It is.
Ring, ding, ding, ding.
Go on, go with it. Keep going.
gotta
Keep
be
going. Thank you for our rapper. That
That's
was
the
the
crazy
crazy
frog.
frog.
Yeah.
And we do the crazy frog because we have a segment that Brett likes to call
Brett's crazy idea.
Brett's crazy idea.
well,
Or it
I
was
did-
Brett's stupid
It was
idea.
Brett's stupid
That's-
idea, but you
Which
changed it.
I changed it, but it fits with crazy frog. So, Pugz,
I just did it.
we got to be quiet.
Okay.
This is his
Yeah, because
moment.
we don't even know what it is.
Oh, you do? You know this one.
Oh, okay.
People of Australia, we're here to announce today that we're going to purchase every
Oh yeah.
card grading company in Australia.
Well-
Platinum Standard Grading is going on a mergers and acquisition rampage through this country, and I shout out to every grading company in Australia, I want to buy you. That's my crazy idea, and what?
No, you keep going.
And that's my crazy idea, and that's what's going to happen. So, if you want to be purchased, come talk to me. If you don't want to be purchased, I'm going to come talk to you. There we go.
Can we give the music again for us, just one more time?
Ring, ding, ding.
Hey,
Bah, bah, bah.
That's Brett's crazy idea. But the idea of Brett's crazy idea is that every week
Every week.
we'll have a crazy idea.
And if Brett's not here,
One of us
I
will
really
come
feel
up.
bad about
Well-
that. That one of you guys are going to come up with an idea.
But look, I can trust you that my idea will not be to buy every grading company. But
But it's just, and I'm 100% serious on this.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I believe that the grading industry in Australia is not big enough for the current 11, 10,
12.
12 grading companies that are out there. And I'm more than happy when we purchase these companies to keep the graders on and at the same time teach them our grading way to actually then come on board and do that. I know people are going to get upset with that, and hopefully this gets some Facebook shit. Really hope it does. I'm more than happy to
Yep.
comment on my own comments. But the thing we're trying to do here is make grading great again.
So my thing was going to be that Brett's crazy ideas, they may be deemed crazy, but they're from the heart and they're honest. And that's where this is not something that it's meant to be just something funny at the end of the podcast. It is something that we really want to achieve, and we feel that I guess it's the synergies between the companies would be better suited to take on the global business of card grading through
Being together.
being together. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm more than happy. So if anyone's out there and they've got a small grading company, which we know, and I don't know if many punters know this, a lot of these grading companies are mum and dads in their back sheds. Yeah.
Yeah, in their
Not
lounge room or
sterile
something.
environments, none of that sort of stuff like we do here. And they're having a crack. Good on them. Have a crack.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, let's go out there. If you
Let's
know
work
anyone
together.
in grading companies, please give them my number, give them my name. More than happy to speak to anyone. All we got to do is you got to prove what you've done, show us your books, and then we'll pay a really good price for you, and we'll bring you on board as well.
Correct. And that's I think it's really exciting, and I think that my thoughts around that this is the way of the future for grading in Australia, and to take on those big boys worldwide.
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's
do
have
it.
a crack.
So,
Final note, Rob, what do you got for me?
what have I got for you? I've got for you that Queensland sporting teams lift your game. The Bullets are crap.
Oh,
The
straight
Heat are
up, man.
crap. Can't wait for the Brisbane Lions to come on and show you how to do it.
Boom. Fair enough. What do you got, Pugz?
Protect your cards.
Every time.
Yeah,
it's
it's all
always the same. I'm with you, Rob. I was going to have a rant about how shit the sport is in Brisbane. And the fact is, the Raw, the Bullets, and all these, the Heat, they're professional athletes. Fucking play for professionally.
And
That's
how
my
good
own.
is the Bullets team on paper?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. We went and watched the game on New Year's Day. They're missing layups.
They were.
They got 5 blokes that didn't get a run on the bench that they were down by 30. They could have got that back. Like, these kids want to have a crack.
Brett, I'm angry too now.
I'm angry.
And what I'm angry about is not only the way they play, it's the way they interact with the community.
Oh,
Right? Like you
It's
look at these
atrocious.
teams, and we've been talking baseball with a few people this week.
we have.
And baseball in this state has the Brisbane Bandits, which is the best team in Australia.
Yes.
Second to none. Them and probably Perth Heat.
Yep.
But apart from those two teams, the rest,
6 o'clock tomorrow night. Windsor, we're there.
yeah, we're there. We'll all be
Nice.
wearing PSG hats. But we heard from someone, a prominent person in Queensland, Southeast Queensland baseball, turn around and say to us that the Bandits do nothing in the community clubs.
Oh, really?
They don't go out to the community clubs. We know that A-League teams on the Gold Coast in the past have been exactly the same. Brisbane Roar are exactly the same. Brisbane Heat are a little bit different. They do get out occasionally, but they're all shit cricketers, so they can do that. Right? But I'm calling out these teams. Do more like what the Broncos do and the Lions do. And I know they're big organisations, these ones, but it's more important for
It's
the
not the
small
size
ones.
of the organisation. It's having the heart and actually getting the pathways and helping kids.
It's more important
straight
for
up.
those ones because if we get baseballers from the Brisbane Bandits going out to schools, there will be kids that want to play baseball, and these kids might become the next Dave Nielsen or the next Aaron Judge, if you want to go. So
Shooter Heroes just asked, can you make the ABL great again? Please bring back the crowds. We're going to do that. 100%. Gold Coast are going to have a baseball team here, and they will be in conjunction with an international team, and we're going to bring a show back to the Gold Coast. Because
And
that's what it's all about.
we're going to do it in conjunction with the 6 clubs on the
Yep.
Gold Coast, and we're going to have the backing of every one of those clubs.
And they all hate each other, so we're going to make them talk to each other.
We're going to make them kiss and make up.
It's gone too far now.
I'll tell you why that came to my head later. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah. So, Jesus, Rob's gone on a rant.
Rob has.
Here we go. Hang on,
Well,
I'm just
well
gonna
it's a
add another
new
one.
category, Rob's rant.
Rob's
I
rant.
love that shit.
There we
We might
go.
even put that up near the sports news. Get Rob in the rant at the start. Anyway, guys, we really appreciate it. I'm not allowed to go over the hour. It's 56 minutes and
We're
10
going.
seconds. Ruby Pagram is our wonderful producer
Hashtag
at Ruby,
number one.
P-A-G-R-A-M,
Number one
on
producer.
social media. We need to get her up to 10,000 people following her on there. Thanks to Podfire for hosting us. Thanks to Meteorate for producing us. And thanks to you, lunatics, for being on here. And we're still under the hour.
Go,
Thank you,
boom.
people.
Go black.